Well, this makes a change. What do you think? Come out and see for yourself. Cool. Look at this. We're outside an old manor. Ah, not where I expected. But yes, I've been to quite a few of these in my lives. Can't say that all of them have been particularly happy memories. Rather quiet around here as well. Well, it is night. I imagine most people will be in bed at this time. Random place to turn up at, though. The driveway of some grand old manor. And it's pretty quiet around here as well. But I thought we were going to Blackpool anyway. How did we end up so spectacularly off course? Well, I think spectacularly is a bit of an overstatement. But yes, we were headed there. These things happen sometimes. But I don't know. Something must have drawn the TARDIS off course in time and space as we were coming. Still, I don't reckon we're too far away. Blackpool should be about 30 miles north from here. Yeah, like that helps now. Although it's probably worth doing a scan while we're here, just to see that there is something here that might have drawn us off course, and if so, we can find out what it is. Cara, is that you? Is what me? That smell? What? Oh yeah, sorry. It's that perfume. You know when we went to the pleasure moons of Patcross? I really like it. Why? Is there something wrong with it? Oh no, it's nice, it's just... it's a bit strong up close, that's all. It's fine. Nice and peaceful here, isn't it? Makes a nice change after recent outings, don't you think? Yeah, I suppose. At least we're not being chased by androids or have anything wanting our heads at the moment. Well, I wouldn't speak too soon. Hey, what's that over there? What? Some sort of paper. It's a newspaper cutting by the look of it. As it's a full moon, I should be able to make out what it says. Interesting headline. Stories, myths and rumours of the mysterious Raynette manor. Hang on. That picture, that looks like... it is! It's this place. Talks about people disappearing, never to be seen again. Strange noises and sightings. Apparently it's just been left abandoned now. There could just be a reasonable explanation for all of it, though. I suppose so. But curious, nevertheless. And how did this get here, anyway? The Doctor might be interested in this. I don't know what it is, but it's picking up some sort of energy trace. And it seems to be coming from that manor. Hey Doctor, look what we found. Look at this. We found it just lying on the ground over there. People disappearing, eh? At this place? That's what it says. It might be nothing though, or some misunderstanding taken hugely out of proportion. You know what the media's like. Yes, it certainly could be that. I have my own curiosity though. You see, I'm picking up some sort of trace that seems to be emanating from this manor. And what? You think it's possible it may be of what drawn the TARDIS off course? Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. Nevertheless, there is some form of energy trace coming from there. And you don't think it's normal, or even earthly? I'm curious, certainly. Doctor, are you saying you want us to have a look inside that creepy old house? How about just a few minutes, and then if we find nothing, we'll come back outside, get back in the TARDIS, and go straight to Blackpool. Can't say fairer than that. Besides, it gives us an opportunity to see whether or not there's any truth in this article. Well, I don't suppose a quick look around could hurt. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Now you're speaking too soon. Well, convenient for us that the door was open. Obviously whoever was here before didn't shut it properly. I thought that article mentioned that this place was abandoned. So who else is here? Doctor? Hello? Anyone home? Hello? Hello? Can we drop in? Well, there doesn't appear to be anyone. Can't hear anything. It's quite dark. Apart from the moonlight, I can't see a thing. Well, it is in the middle of the night. Probably about 2 AM. See if there's a light switch. Let's try it. Doesn't seem to be working. There's still no light. There doesn't seem to be any power connected to this house. Thankfully, I have come prepared. Hang on. You got a torch in your coat pocket? Always. When you travel like I do, you never know when you're going to be in a situation when you're going to need it. Right, so now we've got some light, where do we go? I'll do another quick scan to see if there's any trace of anything. That's strange. Something interfering with the sonic. And it's just not picking up anything. Oh well. I guess we're just going to have to look around blindly for the time being and see if we can find anything. Let's try down this corridor up the stairs ahead. Now, we should all stick together, I think. Don't go wandering off. Least of all in the dark. Oh, come on. Blimey. Whoever used to live here must have been rich. Look at all these suits of armour they've got up. And this. A bust of some kind by this window. Yes, this is genuine bronze. Not sure who the man's supposed to be though. Anyway, we should keep going. What was that? They came back from the entrance hall. Let's go. Can't see anything that caused it. It came from here, didn't it? It sounded quite heavy. But the only thing that could have made a noise like that must have been the door. It won't open, it's stuck. Doctor, I think it's been locked. Let's have a look. No, it's no good. Whatever's affecting the sonic screwdriver has rendered it effectively useless to everything, even unlocking doors, it seems. And the TARDIS is outside. That means until we find and disable the source of the disturbance, we're stuck in here. What? Doctor, you can't be serious. We're not locked in here with no way out. I'm afraid so, Pip. Oh no, this can't be happening. But it's got to open somehow, it's just got to. It opened a moment ago. Well, clearly, as we initially thought, there is someone else here. And they've locked us in. But who and why? And what do we do? Well, as I say, something here is interfering with the sonic screwdriver and affecting its ability to function. I guess if we can find the source of it and stop it, that's our best bet. Unless, of course, we find whoever locked us in here and get them to let us out straight away. Shh! Listen. Can you hear that? Yeah, I think I can. Sounds like voices of some sort. I can hear it too. I think it's coming from the left. Just over there. What is it? Hello? I don't like this. I think we should get out of here. Wait. What's that? There's something here. There. It's coming towards us. Doctor, what is that? I don't know, Pip. But I don't think it's good news. Now, when I say run, run. Doctor, it's getting closer! Run! Quick! Let's try that door! Quick, get in! Did we lose it? I think so. For now, anyway. Where are we, anyway? Looks like the living room or something. And I'm guessing they're the people that lived here. What? That portrait by the fireplace. Look. Oh yeah. Could be, I suppose. They look like... Oh, well, they look like a barrel of laughs. He looks like the boss that's in the corridor. Well, if they own this place, it could be. What are you doing, Doctor? I'm seeing if the sonic screwdriver will work in this part of the house. You know, try to locate any more of this signal. No, useless. The interference seems to be affecting the whole manor, not just the entrance hall. Did you hear that? I think there's someone here. What was it you heard? A bump or something? There it is again. Is there someone else in here? Oh. There we are. Hello there. Hi. Sorry for hiding like this. Only, I heard you coming and, well, not knowing if you were friendly or not, I didn't want to take any chances. Were you running from something? Yes, we were. Oh no. What was it? Well, we don't know what it is yet. But we should be safe from it now. We're in here, for the time being. So, there's nothing to worry about. In fact, we should probably introduce ourselves. I'm the Doctor, that's Pip, and that's Kara. Doctor? Doctor who? Oh, you know, just the Doctor. Right. Well, I'm Georgia. Georgia Stoker. Well, very nice to meet you, Georgia Stoker. So what are you doing here, then? I've been following the stories and legends of this house for a long time now. I've visited the area many times, out of curiosity. But it was only tonight that I finally summoned the courage to venture inside this place. So, it was you that opened the door before. And we found this article outside. Is it yours? Oh yes, it is. Thank you. It must have fallen out of my bag when I arrived here. You were inquiring about the couple in that portrait, weren't you? Lord and Lady Raynette they are. Yes. They did used to own this place, and live here. As you probably gathered by the name, they named this manor after themselves. All right. Nice people, were they? Nice? I wish. No, they were rude, bad-tempered, and reportedly kept their slaves living in squalid conditions, so no little pay, despite their huge wealth. What, they kept slaves? Here? Oh, yes, miss. Managed to buy them off some black market somewhere, I think. But they first came to this area and purchased this land for themselves. They used them to build this house and the driveway out of the front from scratch. Then once the work was finished, they permanently moved on. Oh, and they kept laundering their wealth over the community, when everyone else was only just managing. And this was back in the 1800s. Just a couple of pretentious, lazy, vulgar, upper-class snobs. I see. You know a lot about this place, don't you? Well, I have my sources. So, do you know much about these alleged disappearances going on here, then? Only as much as it's mentioned in the article. There's no real proof that there's anything going on here at all. Only rumours and myths. That's the whole point of this house. That's why I decided to come round here tonight. To try and see if there was something going on. Or that had to be going on here. And if it was true, that really is the case. Well, that's great, isn't it? The four of us, locked in a haunted house with something chasing us. Sorry, did you just say locked in? Yeah, shortly after we entered this place, someone or something locked that door. We can't find a way of getting it open. Until we know more about what's going on here, or what that thing is, we're stuck. And by the sound of it, we might be about to get some more answers. Those voices again. What is it? That thing, whatever it is. Just before it found us, we heard a weird cluster of voices, almost like this. It's like it was part of the creature. You mean, it knows we're here? It's looking for us, possibly. Now keep quiet, everyone. Oh God, it's here. It can walk through doors. I think we should get out of here. No, wait a minute. It's not immediately coming after us. So, let's take advantage of that. It might be dangerous. It's still standing between us and the door. I just very quickly want to have a look at it, if I can. No! Don't. Doctor, come back. What are you? Doctor, be careful. It's all right. I'm not sure it can see me. Doctor, it's moving again. Kara, don't move. It's right next to me, isn't it? Pip, Georgia, I want you to very slowly and very quietly get outside. Do you understand? Kara, I want you to stay very, very still. Doctor, help me. It's all right, Kara. Now when I tell you to, I want you to run towards the sofa, go round the back of it, and then join me here by the door. You should be able to avoid it that way. Do you understand? Okay. Okay. Good. Ready? Now! Go, Kara, go! This way! Upstairs! What is that thing? I don't know. I've never seen it before. Doctor, that was really stupid going up to it like that. Well, I didn't get too close. Besides, I'm curious as to what it is, and what it's doing here, and how. It didn't respond when I tried to approach it, and it didn't immediately try to attack when it entered. Like it was getting a sense of its surroundings. I think it might be blind. Well, whatever. It sensed me alright, and it was coming straight at me. Yeah, I wondered that. Hang on. What's that you've got on? What do you mean? That smell? That perfume that I got. I wanted to try it on. What do you think? It can't see or hear, but it's drawn to scent. Yes, yes, that makes sense. Some creatures rely mainly on their sight, others on their hearing. This one, its smell. If that's the case, if that's how it gets around, I would imagine its sense of smell would be unimaginably strong. It would be able to find a scent from a living being and trace them with it. But whilst you're wearing that perfume, which is so much stronger than any normal human scent trail, it'll overwhelm everything else, so the creature would mainly focus on you because that's all it can sense at the moment. So you mean, whilst I'm with you, I'm putting you all in danger, I'm drawing it towards us. It doesn't matter if you're with us or not, it would still pick us up. It just means that you're more vulnerable than the rest of us. Then it doesn't matter where we go. We're stuck in this house, and so it'll just keep following us until it gets us. We're just playing for time here, there's nothing we can do. Well, we don't even know what it wants from us yet, but yes, it seems persistent in tracking us down, in which case, we need to work fast to figure out what it is, what it wants, and what it's doing here. Then we might be able to just get out of this place. Georgia, you seem to know a lot about this place. Do you know anything about that creature at all? No, I wasn't expecting this at all. So what were you expecting? I don't know. I guess, really, I wasn't expecting to find anything. That these myths and rumours really were just that. And something else had happened. And this house was wrongly linked. Thing is, you just couldn't prove anything either way. I wonder if this creature is involved, Doctor. Yes, it's a possibility. Georgia, do you know how long the Raynettes, or whatever they were called, lived here for? No one's certain. That's how popular they were. But they kept more to themselves as time went by, and they weren't seen very much later. We don't really know why, but they'd gone. They were gone by the 1900s. It's most likely that they both just died of old age or something, and were taken away to be buried quietly somewhere. But that's just my only guess. What happened to their slaves then? Now you mention it, that is intriguing. They all just disappeared. No one knows what happened to them. By the time the house was left abandoned following these strange stories about it, no record of them was found. It's like they just ceased to exist. Though it's probably a testament to how they were treated. Many of them slept in blankets on the floor in this room right here. You know, you really do seem to know a lot about the history of this house. How do you know so much about it? I just do a lot of research. Very thorough research then, to know things like that. I didn't realise you were so interested in this place. Yeah, well, nevertheless, it's very interesting. Whatever's been going on here, it's been going on for a while. So if this creature is linked, then clearly it's been responsible for the people disappearing. But what is it that it wants? What happens to them when it gets them? Well, what do we know so far? It can't see or hear, but it can trace people by smell. What else? Whenever it shows up, we hear this cluster of voices. It's like it's part of it. Good. What else? It seems to appear some sort of dark mass, like there's a hole there of no light. Now that is good. It's so dark, but it doesn't have much of a form. It's just like a dark shape, like it eats light, or light as a weakness. Doctor, it's the voices. I think the creature's coming. Doctor, it's going to come for me, I know it. Just try and stay calm, Pip. And just try and stay calm, Kara. Control your breathing. Keep your eyes fixed on me. Kara! Kara? Kara? What's happened to her? She's just standing there. And now the thing's going to come for us too. Right, no more playing around. You like the dark, do you? Well, let's shine a light on the situation. Well, I was right. It is sensitive to light. It must hurt it or something. Now you two, get back to the door. I'll grab Kara. Follow on. Down these stairs. Come on, let's keep going. Yeah, in here. Oh, this is hopeless. We can't keep running around all the time. We can't keep running from that thing forever. It's bound to catch up with us at some point. Well, now at least we know we have a weapon against it. It's sensitive to light. It must hurt it in some way. We could use that to buy us some more time. Although I can't imagine we can hold off from it forever. Well, okay. But what's happened to Kara? I mean, look at her. She's just like a zombie or something. Her eyes are just pale white. And she just doesn't seem to be there anymore. What's the creature done to her, Doctor? What's happened? Oh, it's as if all the life essence has been sucked out of her and she's just an empty shell. You mean her soul? Like it's not there anymore, almost. Dare I say it? Is she dead? I think you may be right, Pip. Except in this case, the body is still alive. She's still breathing anyway. Her heart's still beating. But it's vacant. It's unoccupied. There's nothing there. She's not aware of anything, her surroundings. She doesn't feel us. I don't think she knows us. or her even herself. If her body can see or hear, which I don't know, it's not registering properly. It's not registering to her what any of the images or sounds mean. And she has no memory. But yet, she's still alive. That's horrible. It's worse than death. I'd rather die as myself than live as nothing. So, this thing, it's like a soul sucker. It absorbs souls out of its victims, and then what? They just go on living as empty bodies? Seems so, wouldn't it? So, this must be what happened to everyone else that went missing here. Their souls were absorbed and consumed by that thing out there. Yes. The slaves. Possibly even Lord and Lady Raynette themselves. As I said, it's not clear what happened to them later. So, those voices that we hear whenever the creature gets near us, those are the lost souls of the people crying out. Horrible. Well, surely if their bodies lived on, they must have found something. Not necessarily. No organism can live like this for too long. No, I think at some point the remaining body will just catch up and disintegrate. Gone forever. So, that's what you think will happen to Kara? If we can't stop that creature and get her soul back, yes, I think so. But remember, she is still alive. It might not be much, but it's something. She's still here. And where there's life, there is hope. This isn't over yet. And how did this creature get here in the first place and start all this? Its quest for souls, or everyone that comes near it? That's what we still need to find out. I can't believe it. All those people, all those souls consumed like in my this house. What did you say? This house. Is this my family? They own this place, yes. So you're related to Lord and Lady Raynette then? I'm afraid so. I'm directly descended from them. They're my great-great-grandparents. Well, why didn't you mention this before? It explains how you know so much about this place. Well, how could I? I told you what sort of people they were like. We don't really like to talk about them very much at home, and I'm not proud to be descended from them. The rumours surrounding the house only make it worse. The house's ownership has been passed down through generations, though. First to their eldest son, when they disappeared, and then down until it got to my father, who currently owns the property. I've always been really interested in this house, though. Not just for its history, but also for the size and architectural marvels, but my parents have always refused to let me see it. So, being the property owners, we had a lot of information at home. A plan of the house, where all the rooms are, records of its previous owners, and even the general history surrounding it. But recently my parents have been trying to sell it, and if they don't find a buyer, they'll just have the whole thing demolished. My ancestors before them didn't quite have the heart to do away with it like that, but my parents both agreed that it is time to move on and now eliminate that factor from our lives for good. And then one day soon after, I just happened to stumble across this article in the newspaper, and it's talking mainly about the many mysteries and rumours surrounding it, and that there's no real evidence or either confirmation that it indeed happened, or that it was just some big and logical misunderstanding. It just made it all the more intriguing to me. So I decided to sneak out one night and visit it while it's still here, and our property. Of course I was intrigued by the disappearances, but a lot of it was just sentimental curiosity. With those stories in mind, that's why I don't know if I can trust you at first. For all I know, you were behind it. But then I quickly realised you couldn't be. Oh, Georgia. I see. Thank you for telling us this. It explains a lot. I didn't know anything about a soul-sucking monster, though. And speaking of which, I want to try something. Doctor, what's that? Sonic screwdriver. It's a long story. What are you doing anyway? Trying to see if it works again? No, not quite. Seeing if the disturbance is stronger, weaker or unchanged from when we were downstairs a bit earlier. It seems to be louder and more erratic up here. I wonder. Georgia, there's an attic here, isn't there? Do you know how we can get up there? Yes, I do. Why, what is it? Because I think whatever's interfering with my sonic screwdriver, and even what could have been emanating the signal, could be up there. But what about this creature? For all we know, this could have all the answers that we've been looking for. Of course, if we don't go, then we don't know. Well, it's out of here and along the corridor. But is it safe out there with that creature looking for us? We might be able to avoid it or shake it off if we're quick. Come on, let's go. Right. If you go down that small passageway there, you'll reach a door at the end. Behind that is a small flight of stairs that will take you up into the attic. Right. Got that. Let's go. Doctor, I think the creature's here. Here, take the torch. Fight it off with that. Pip! Doctor, you need to get up into the attic and find out what's going on up there. We'll hold it off. Go! We'll be fine. Be careful. Well, here we are. Now what on earth could be up here that would cause all this trouble? The disturbance is stronger even from here. Must be getting close. Yes, that looks interesting. Do you like it? Who's that? What are you doing here? What am I doing here? I should be asking you that, really. After all, this is my house. Am I addressing Lady Raynette? At least you recognise me from my portrait downstairs. But that's not possible. You lived here well over 100 years ago. You're still here. And you still look so young. Admittedly, the technology is very clever. And by technology, you would mean this device here, by my feet. That device before you is the result and realization of my life's ultimate desires. Do you know what it is? That asteroid in the centre of it, that's not just an ordinary asteroid, is it? Absolutely not. You know what that creature in my house is, do you? What's been chasing you and your friends all night and consumed the soul of your friend, as well as those of many others? No? But I'm sure you can't wait to tell me. It is an Umbra. An Umbra. Legends say they are darkness itself. A creature so evil that it sucks all the happiness out of anything that comes near it. That they exist on the very edge of the universe itself. Well, you know, that's just a myth, a legend. They can't be real. All myths and legends have a foundation of reality. It may not be quite what the legend describes, but the Umbra are very real. And this one is very hungry. Hungry for souls. And I've been giving it a helping hand with this. The asteroid. Is it connected to the Umbra somehow? That asteroid is not just connected to it, it is part of it. I'm not sure I understand. The Umbra are soulless, non-corporeal, being that exists as nothing more than sentient dark matter and exists in various asteroids throughout space. The creature is largely protected inside the asteroid, but once it crashes on a planet, a satellite or anything else, it is just realised and must then be fend for itself. Its sole energy source, once realised, are the souls of other beings. You can detect by their scent trails. And I'm guessing that's how this Umbra got here. Oh, indeed. It was rather a miracle, really. My husband and I are really keen geologists and interested in space matter, when one night, almost out of nowhere, a small asteroid fell and crashed into a field not too far from here. Naturally, we immediately went to investigate, and with appropriate protection we had removed it from the crater before any authorities could come to the scene. And we took it back here for further examination. So you unknowingly brought an Umbra back home with you?
We had no idea what it was. This dark mass that had emerged from the rock as we examined it. What astonished us was just how well intact the thing was, despite its long fall through the atmosphere. This thing must have had colossal protection. The creature didn't do much to start with. It had just arrived, was probably quite weak and disorientated, but soon after, we lost one of our servants. We found him in a total vegetative state, like his entire body had been emptied of everything, emotion, feeling, awareness. At the same time this had happened, the asteroid started to get warmer again, like it was coming back to life somehow. Not long after, the same phenomenon happened to another of our servants, and the asteroid started to become warmer still. And then I started to realise what was going on. This mysterious entity, whatever it was, that had emerged from the rock, was consuming them, and was still somehow linked to the asteroid. So I examined the asteroid further one night to try and see what was going on, until a force suddenly seemed to break into my mind and make contact. It was the creature. It had somehow managed to form a psychic link with me through the asteroid, and it told me everything. What it was, what it wanted, how it worked. And I saw into its mind as well, the collection of souls that it had consumed, the creature's workings. It was like the more I worked with the asteroid, that a link was forming between myself and the creature and all of those other minds through the rock. But didn't you realise that opening and embracing a psychic link with a creature like this is a very dangerous thing to do? Oh, I agree. At least, not if I had quickly taken the situation into my own hands. You see, that psychic link that was forming was, in fact, the best thing that could possibly have happened, because I finally saw what this creature was. It consumed the souls of others to survive and grow stronger. The asteroids in which Umbras exit in are also their beacons. the centre of their existence, if you like. A matrix of all the souls the creature has consumed, just existing. And that's the moment I realised how to fulfil my lifetime's desire. Immortality! That machine. Yes. It's rather marvellous, isn't it? Crude in construction, but using the beacon signature and amplifying it to converge on one single living soul, with a little bit of ingenuity applied. It has the desired effect. It's amazing what you can do with scrap pieces of metal, some wiring and an alien rock. So all these souls that the Umbra has consumed, you're using them to keep you alive and ageless. Well, if you can call it alive as such. My physical aged body died a long time ago. Now I am just a sentient projection of my former self. But the more souls the creature consumes, the stronger this form gets. Eventually, I will be able to reach full corporeality once again and be totally reborn. Of course, though, this had an impact on the Umbra's movements. Since converging the beacon signature directly onto my living soul, the Umbra hasn't been able to go any further than the outer walls of this house. So you've been using that poor creature for your own gain. Once I knew what the creature was capable of, all I needed to do was gather fresh souls to make the connection stronger. After I died, I immediately came back. First almost like a formless spirit, but gradually I became stronger, and now strong enough that I can manifest as my younger form, fully thinking and aware. It hasn't exactly been a one-sided deal, though. In return for my soul security and immortality, the creature has been getting the energy it needs to survive. The slaves. Everyone that's gone missing here. The slaves were an easy starter for it to feed on. No worth in their pathetic existence at all. Don't you ever say that about anyone. And then once again they were gone. I started to turn to my local community. I called in local servicemen to do jobs for us, plumbers, cleaners, builders, personal shoppers, even my own husband. You fed Lord Raynette to the Umbra? Don't look so shocked. I only ever wanted firm security in my life. I married him because he had great wealth. Now, with the Umbra under my control, I had total immortality assured. He was a better use to the Umbra after that. You're mad. Completely mad. So your husband and the local community, you lured them into a trap just for your own existence. But it wasn't in vain. With every individual consumed, my soul became stronger in return. I thought the plan was unstoppable, but eventually, after my body had died, my descendants decided to have the house completely abandoned, leaving just me and the Umbra to the inhabitants of the place without another soul. Since then, rumours persisted of this place, and we have only managed the occasional fool to break in here to investigate these stories for themselves. But I could have never expected tonight to happen, where 4 people almost at once came into this house, right where I wanted them. So it was you that locked us in here in the first place. I wasn't going to pass on such a good opportunity and let you all go. You particularly are very interesting to me. Especially you, Doctor. How do you know my name? It's funny, but since attaching myself to the Umbra's beacon, it's like I have the ability to see into other minds. Like this psychic link I have with the beacon and the Umbra is growing inside me. You've been hooked up to that creature for too long. You're not even alive anymore, and yet here you are, good as new, almost completely restored. It's like you're not quite human anymore. I am so much more than human, Doctor. I have ascended all other forms of life. So many lives and souls consumed by the Umbra have been strengthening my soul all this time. And now the process is almost complete. Soon I will be able to reach full corporeality once again and live like I did before, except now with the ability to go on living and living forever and ever. I'll never let you do this, Raynette. You cannot stop me, Doctor. My machine cannot be destroyed. You have failed. I have been waiting for this moment for so long. Far too long. And now, finally, I have exactly what I need right in front of me. And more than I ever could have bargained for. We'll see about that. Oh, Doctor, this is a mad idea. But it may be our only hope left. Well, I think we scared it off for now. I don't know how much longer we can keep it up for, though. Oh, Pip. Is that you? I'm sorry, I keep thinking about Kara and what that thing did to her. It could still happen to us. Doctor, did you find anything? Oh yes, and I'll explain everything later, but I need to find that Umbra. That what? It's the soul-sucking creature, but I need it here, right now. What for? We just fought it off. And well done, but trust me, this could be of great importance. Now, I need you to switch the torch off. Doctor, I don't understand. Just do as I say. Pip, is that you? Yes, all right, it's sweat. I've been really nervous fighting off this thing, that's all. With what's happened to Kara and everything. That'll do nicely. What do you want to use my scent? You want to use my scent to draw it here? Yes, but not for you. Listen, I'm going to let it take me. As soon as it does, you need to reapply the torch and fight it off again. And keep yourself safe. Are you insane? Possibly, but I have a plan, and it might just get us all out of here alive and soulful. So trust me. Both of you. It's coming. It's probably locked onto your scent. Both of you, get behind me. This is for me. Now listen to me. I know what you are. And I know how that woman has been using you. You don't want my friends. You want me. I am a Time Lord. A Time Lord from the planet Gallifrey. My soul is more powerful than any humans. Take me. And leave them alone. Doctor! I've done it. I'm inside the beacon. This is where the souls of all its victims have been trapped since they've been consumed. But I'm not just your average human soul. Doctor? Kara? Doctor, I'm here. Kara? She's fighting. She hasn't submitted herself yet. Her soul is still fighting the Umbra, and now she's trying to reach out to me. Kara, wherever you are, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get us all out of here. It's too late, Doctor. You can't stop me now. The process is almost complete. You know, lady, I think the biggest mistake you ever made was letting me be consumed by the Umbra. Mistake? I hardly think so. You are a foolish man. You surrendered yourself to the Umbra, and in turn to me. You may have fighting spirit to begin with, but as you are gradually consumed by the beacon, you will soon lose this. I never surrendered. It was my full intention to come in here, but not to give myself up. Are you aware of the sort of soul you've just consumed? And what do you mean by that? Well, think about it. Every soul that the Umbra has consumed since crashing here has been that of an unsuspecting human, a fragile soul, body and mind, a single life, someone that didn't even know. Well, think about it. Every soul that the Umbra has consumed since crashing here has been that of an unsuspecting human, a fragile body and mind, a single life, someone that didn't even know what was happening and had no means of doing anything about it. Simple words and courage cannot save you. You are not the first to put up a fight. Except the Umbra consumed my soul, but I am not a human, and I am so much more than just another soul. You've developed a psychic link. Look into me, as in really look into me. You have lived before. More than that. Because your biggest mistake was locking me in this house in the first place, where I could figure everything out. I am over 1,000 years old. I have lived and died many times, and I have been more people than you can possibly count. I have seen births and deaths of nebulae. I have witnessed countless supernovas. I have been to the end of the universe and the beginning of time itself. I have fought in the greatest war in history of creation and saved countless lives whilst destroying many others. I am the Doctor, and you have just got yourself all-you-can-eat buffet. Try and digest that. What? No, I don't understand. I am many souls. I have been many people. I have been through more than you can possibly imagine. I am not like any of the Umbra's victims before. And this finally stops now. No! You're lying! This isn't possible! I think you'll find I am impossible. The poor creature has been serving you under lock and key whilst draining the lives out of innocent people for far too long. And all for your immortality. A very old friend of mine once said, everything has its time, and everything dies. I cannot die. I think you've lived long enough, and done enough damage to the human race. No! Doctor? Kara, I'm here. I can feel myself coming back. It's all right, Kara. It's over now. The Umbra and Lady Raynette have been defeated. It's all over. It's bitten more off than it can chew. What? What just happened? One moment. Might be a tick. Ah yes, just as I thought. Which should mean... Haha, back to business. Yep, the disturbance is gone. That means we can unlock the door and get out of here. Doctor? Pip? Kara! You're back! I don't know what just happened, but yeah, I think I am. You did it, Doctor. I don't understand. What was going on? Your soul was consumed by the creature, Kara. When I realised exactly how it worked, I let it consume me. I'm a Time Lord. Having lived many lives, it just couldn't take it. It's like eating too much at once. At the same point, it just all comes out again. The Umbra is destroyed, and all the recent victims have been returned to their rightful bodies. Earlier victims, unfortunately, they've been consumed. They're too far gone. I'm still a bit lost. What's that rock for? What's been going on? I'll explain everything once we get outside. We need to get back to the TARDIS. Come on, this way. So, my great-great-grandmother has been behind everything this whole time. Yes, I'm afraid so, but not anymore. When the beacon was destroyed, her soul was perished with it, along with the Umbra. I just can't believe it. This has been going on for so long, all this time. I think my parents are right to want to remove it from their lives and move on. It's probably for the best. So, is this it then? It's over? Yes. All over at last. Pip, would you like to do the honours as to turn the key in the lock and let us out? And now, we can all finally leave this place. For good. Well guys, that was one of the craziest experiences of my life. Aside from that soul-sucking thing that was trying to consume us, I've experienced and learned more about this house and my family's past than I ever expected. I think you're right, Doctor. It's time to move on. Best not to dwell on the past, especially after what's been going on here. Anyway, I best get back before Mum and Dad realise I've gone. I'm going to have a lot of questions to answer. Bye, Doctor, Kara, Pip, and thanks for everything you've done. I'll never forget it. Bye. See ya. And with that, we should be off too. That beacon was emitting that destructive signal that drew us here in the first place and interfered with the sonic screwdriver, and now it's been destroyed, the trace would have stopped. So if you're still up for it, we can still manage to get to Blackpool if you fancy it. For real this time, Doctor? Well, I can't promise anything. Where would the fun be if I could? What is this place? Am I alive? What's happening? This was not your destiny, Lady Raynette. Once again, the Time Lord has upset the balance of history. But know this. The arc of the universe bends to my will. It is only a matter of time.